Hello and welcome to Eastern Training Seru exam portal. Today I'm going to answer another Seru mock test for you. First of all, question number one. What are the licensing requirements? Option number one, you need to pass your B1 from Eastern Training. Option number two, you don't have to live or work in the UK. Option number three, you don't need to prove that you have at least a B1 level of ability in the English language. Last option is you must be 21 or over when you apply for your license, and there is no upper age limit. Correct answer is the last one. Let's go to next question. Within how many hours should you let TFL know about any collision damage? You must tell TFL within 30 hours, or you must tell within 7 to 14 hours, or you must tell TFL within 72 hours, or you must tell TFL within 720 hours. Correct answer is the third one. Let's find next question. Which of the following statement is true? Option number one, you are not allowed to pick people up on the street or at stations. Option number two, you are allowed to pick people up on the street or at stations. Option number three, you are only allowed to pick up from the streets if the laws allows you. Correct answer is the first one. You are allowed to pick up people on the street or a station. Also, the third one is correct. Let's try next question. What should you do if a passenger in a vehicle becomes angry or violent? Option number one, be quiet. Option number two, do nothing. Option number three, tell him that you will not accept that behavior. And last option is show your anger. You can't show your anger. Correct answer is tell him that you will not accept that behavior. Let's try next one. Who will decide the fare? The operator, you, TFL, or the police forces? The correct answer is your operator. Let's try next question. Sign that someone might become aggressive. Option number one, tapping fingers. Option number two, cross arms and raised voice and angry expression. Option number three, hands held tightly in fist. It changes the voice. Last option is all the above. Correct answer is the last one. Let's try next question. TfL expects all licensed drivers to offer learners and visitors excellent customer service, which is professional and safe at all times. Option number two, licensed drivers are not expected to offer learners and visitors excellent customer service, which is professional and safe. And last option is being professional and safe is not a requirement for a licensed PSB drivers. Correct answer is your licensing authority would like you to offer excellent customer service to your customers. Let's try next question. Which of the following statement is true? Option number one, you will break the law if you misuse your passenger's personal information. Option number two, you may contact your passenger to invite to a private party. Option number three, contacting a passenger for personal or social reason is unacceptable. And last option is you can contact your passenger about the book journey. Correct answer is you will break the law if you misuse your passenger's personal information. Option number one. And last option is you can contact your passenger about the book journey. Let's try next question. Which vehicle is entitled to use electric taxi charge points? Option number one, electric charging points can only be used for charging electric taxis. Option number two, electric charging points can be used for PHVs. Option number three, you are allowed to park or wait for passengers at electric taxi charge point. And last option is PHV driver is allowed to charge anywhere. Correct answer is electric charging points only be used by electric taxis. Let's go to next one. Which of the following statement is correct for congestion charging? Option number one, PHVs entering the congestion charge zone don't need to pay the daily charge. Option number two, PHVs is designed as wheelchair accessible, will not have to pay the congestion charge. Option number three, PHBs entering the congestion charge zone need to pay half of the daily charge. And last option is all the above are wrong. Second option is the correct answer. Let's try question number 11. What must you do if you need to answer or take a phone call? Option number one, answer the phone whilst driving. Option number two, answer the phone whilst driving, but only if there are no passengers. And last option is stop safely, park your vehicle, turn the engine off, and then answer the phone. Correct answer is the last one, safeguarding first. Let's try question number 12. Which of the following should you do when providing the best service for your customers? Option number one, don't listen to any requests from any passengers. Option number two, don't face a disabled or elderly passenger when speaking. Third option is ask passengers if they have all the belongings with them when arriving at the destination. And last option is take hold of the passenger and pull or push them. You can't do that. Which of the following should you do when providing the best service for your customer? For your customers, ask passengers if they have all the belongings with them when arriving at the destination. Always closing and opening checks is very important. Right, let's go to next one. What should you not do when traveling with disabled or elderly passengers? Option number one, write things down for them. Option number two, give them a little extra time. Option number three, face them when they speak so that they can see your lips as you speak. And last one is shout at them so they can hear you. You can't do that. What should you not do when traveling with disabled people? We're looking for negative answer. They're asking for what should you not do. The correct answer would be shout at them so they can hear you. Let's try question number 14. What should you do when traveling with elderly or disabled passengers? Option number one, rush them in and out of a vehicle. Option number two, let them sit in a vehicle without ensuring their seatbelt is fastened. And last option is speak loudly and clearly if they have problems hearing you. Speak loudly and clearly if they have problems hearing you. Let's try question number 15. What should you do with assistant dogs? Option number one, allow the dog to sit in the footwell with the passenger. Option number two, treat the dogs like working animals. Option number three, stop, feed or pat to distract the dog. Option number three, distract them anyway. First one is the right answer. Allow the dog to sit in the footwell with the passenger. Okay. You should not treat the dogs like working animals. This dog is providing service for his master or lord. Okay. They are working like a carer, and therefore you should not treat them like working other animals. You should not feed them. You should not distract them their duties, and therefore the correct answer is the first one. Let's try next question. Which of the following is not a reason why an adult may be at risk? Option number one, their age. Option number two, their ability. Option number three, their faith. Last option is their eyes. Correct answer is their faith. Got nothing to do with their religion. Let's go to next question. What is criminal exploitation? Option number one, organized criminal gang who use children and young adults to sell drugs using transport or cross areas. which is known as county line. Option number two, the areas where you should not drive. Option number three, areas where you cannot pick up or drop off passengers. Last option is, it shows the boundary lines for different areas in the city. Correct answer is organized criminal gang who use your children. Let's go to next one. What should you do if you find a child or adult at risk? Option number one, report to your operator. Option number two, tell your family. Option number three, keep the information to yourself. And last option is tell your friends. Correct answer is report to your operator. Let's go to next one. What must you not do as a driver? Option number one, be aware of children and adults' risk. Option number two, be concerned for passengers' well-being. Option number three, ignore passengers at all times. Option number four, listen to what they tell you. We are looking for negative answer. What must you not do? Therefore, the correct answer is ignore them. Let's try next one. Question number 20. Which of the following statements is correct? All ride-sharing journeys must be booked with a licensed London PHB operator. Option number two, all ride-sharing journeys may be booked with a licensed London PHB operator. Option number three, all ride-sharing journeys must be booked with the driver. Last option is all ride-sharing journeys must be booked by a driver. Correct answer is the first one. Let's try next question. Question number 21. Which of the following statements is true? You should not tell your home address to other passengers when ride sharing. Option number two, you should tell your home address to other passengers when ride sharing. Option number three, you can't cancel ride sharing if you feel unsafe. And last option is, you cannot book another vehicle if you feel unsafe in the vehicle. Correct answer is you should not tell your home address. First one. And we got another correct answer. This is the only correct answer. Let's try next question. Is sentence completion, right? We'll explain some grammar if you can. It is important that you read this letter what? Adverb after the verb carefully. So right word would go to the right box and the wrong words would go to my incorrect answers box in the red area. Let's try next one. Before the start of each journey, your operator is what? Is required, yes? To record what? Certain information about the booking. Although you are not personally responsible for collecting or recording these details, you should know about this requirement and let your operator know about any changes. For example, tell your operator if the final destination changes. There you go. Now drag all the wrong words to my incorrect answers box in the red area. There you go. Let's try next one. You, what? As the driver, are responsible for what? Parking your vehicle, the noise it makes, and for your own behavior. Should go this one, go over there. Please think about the environment around the operating center and how noise, traffic, or customer movement may affect the people living in the neighborhood. So now we will drag all the incorrect words to the incorrect answers box in the red area. There you go. Now next one. If TFL or the police get complaints about you, about driver behavior, they will what? Verb, investigate. And depending on the sort of complaint, they what? Another verb, receive. It could result in what? Licensing action or prosecution. There you go. Now I'll drag all the incorrect words to incorrect answers box in my red area, and then we'll try to go to the next question. Next one, question number 27. Airports are what? Private property, and can make their own rules about taxis and PHVs. By law, airport has its own set of Heathrow Airport. Heathrow Airport has its own set of bylaws, which you can find here. So now drag incorrect word to the incorrect answers box. Let's try next one. Operators must report to the police any complaints that involve possible what? Crimes, so that they can be investigated. Although your operator will normally deal with complaints, passengers might contact the police or TfL directly. They might also contact TfL if they are not happy, if they are not satisfied with the way the operator has dealt with their complaints. So now we'll drag all the remaining words to our incorrect answer box in the red area. Let's try next question. The way you what, main verb, interact with them will affect the way they will feel about their journeys with you. It is important you are professional, and deal with passengers in a way that makes them feel at ease. So now we'll drag the remaining words to the red area. Let's go to next question, question number 30. There are further what? General conditions that all license holders need to know. We'll drag these words to my red box and we'll go to the next box. 31. Every PHV must have a higher reward what? Insurance. The insurance policy must be valid when the vehicle is licensed and at all times when the vehicle is being used as a PHV. Now I'll drag these words to my incorrect answer box at the bottom and I'll go to the next one. It is important that you what? Main verb, read any letters you receive from TfL or the manufacturers carefully. Now I'll drag the remaining words into my red area.